So you talk about leaflets through letterboxes and things not necessarily working. If you were advising a client, or what do your top performing clients do when it comes to marketing? What works for them?
So I think the big thing to understand is that how do you actually generate your leads? And are we in a position, are there a whole heap of people that we already know, or do we need to go and find a whole heap of people that we don't know? If I'm in a strategy where I'm working with a business that's been around for longer than a few weeks, then they've probably got a whole group of people that they already know. Every single applicant that has ever come in, that has ever inquired about potentially buying or letting a property, is actually a potential customer at some stage down the future. There's a fascinating book called The Secrets of Word of Mouth Marketing. And in that, George Silverman speaks about that all of us refer to what we call our friends in the business. And so even though they might be not doing a transaction today, that doesn't mean that they don't know someone who is. So really providing great service to the existing people that we already meet is an important part in generating lots and lots of referrals. Also, the most important part is that you can never, ever, ever underestimate having a board out the front of somebody's property with a sold sticker on it or a let sticker on it, because that really does help you to generate more activity more often. So what I like to concentrate on is more items that are around social proof. Social being lots of people around you, and proof being evidence of some form of a result. If you can let people know about the results that have happened in your area, then that really does change things for you. Now, the secondary one is, what do you do to be able to break into a brand new marketplace where you've never been before? I like to start initially with the village. All of the people that we already know that already own local businesses in the area. And what can I do in order to be able to get in front of them? We've seen some very advanced strategies, from taking a video crew with us to interview new businesses as they've opened, or very successful businesses in the local area, uploading that to lots of different media, from Facebook right the way through to our email distribution list, to identify about that new business that's just opened or the expansion that they've just done, and then getting them to share it with their database of people that they already know that own lots of property in the local area. So you're looking for people that can refer you. And this is my favorite question, is where does the customer hang out just before they need you? If you can answer that question really well, then you fundamentally know your business. And this is why a lot of estate agency practices that we do work with would much rather buy out a competitor and move into that competitor's office and rebrand it than they would to start a fresh start business from day one, because there's access to all of that data that's been sitting inside of that business.
So what I'm hearing is a lot about relationships and data.
Yeah, and one thing I always get people to do is that, who are the people that you already know? So if you went to your Facebook, your Instagram, your Snapchat, you went to all of their LinkedIns, all of these different people that apparently you have as friends, where do they actually live compared to where your office is? And every single time that you hire a new person in your business, in my opinion, you've just grown your database, because they've actually got a personal network of people that they already know that own properties, maybe they let properties, maybe they're existing landlords that now come into that sphere. So ultimately, a lot of us don't think about that, in that we keep our business life and our personal life quite separate. Whereas what I think is that, hang on a sec, if these people are apparently my friends on Facebook, then where do they already own existing properties? And now what I want to be doing is to be able to call my friends when there's a significant listing or sale that's happened in the area, to advise them about what's happening in the marketplace. You know, the funny thing is that if you're not doing it for your friends, then your friends are ultimately doing it with someone else. And that's a really important part to understand in building a great business.